Coach, I think you guys had a 14-point lead there in the fourth, and I think they closed the game on a 22-5 run. Maybe just take me through those last few possessions offensively, because I think you guys didn't score the last 350, 355. Sorry.
Is that a high school game?
Just explain what was going on offensively that last 355.
I mean, look, credit to them. They played incredible defense. I mean, the end of the game, that's what it comes down to. Grayson obviously went out, tried a couple different things. Credit to them. Really good defense. Defense obviously got better in the fourth. I thought our defense overall was decent. You know, can't give them a layup to tie it up. And then they got us in transition. So, yeah, we'll take a look. Yeah, you got to find a way to score more than 15 in the fourth.
What was going on with Grayson? I'm sorry.
Just right knee, they said.
Okay. And then Isaiah, the shoulder, is that just?
Left shoulder, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll take a look, let you know.
Curious, with Mark didn't play the fourth quarter, what was going on with that?
Yeah, we just thought a little bit on both ends, especially defensively, just our ability to be up and aggressive like it was in the start of the fourth. It really impacted them. End of third into the fourth. And, yeah, we're going to have to go through that to see if that was the right decision.
Then lastly, Dylan, on that last possession, I know that they were D'ing him up. I know the plan was probably to go to Dylan, but how'd you sense he handled that possession?
Yeah, I probably should have taken one. I know we had an extra one. Again, they have really good defenders. Thought they guarded us one-on-one. Thought our second group found a rhythm by moving the basketball, and it stopped. So we're going to move the ball. We're going to move people. We're going to try to create closeouts. But in the fourth quarter, that's where it all changes. It's really hard to move it even late in the game. So we'll take a look at our looks, see if we could have done something better. But, yeah, we got to just find a way somehow to get the shot up on the rim and then at least give us a chance. We got to find ways to get offensive rebounds. Like, that's what we've done so well. There for a long stretch, we couldn't turn them over, especially in the first half. Again, I thought that was more the second unit, figure some stuff out there in the middle of the third and into the fourth. So that kind of fuels our offense, especially where we're at right now, where every possession offensively we're going to have to execute. And when Grayson goes out, that's just one less ball handler that we have. So we'll take a look at it all and try to figure it out.
When it comes to splitting both second chance points and points off turnovers, you kind of alluded to it there, but which one concerned you more with the way the game went?
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff off of turnovers, you can't see exactly what it is off the live ball turnovers. They take the ball out of bounds, it's a dead ball. Like, that has nothing to do with our offense. You know, the free throw line, 19-2 in the second half on the free throw line, that surely didn't help us. So, again, in the fourth quarter, you're finding any way that you can score. You look down and you have 6 offensive rebounds. That's not who we've been. Coincidentally, we talked about it this morning, about just our offensive rebound rate has not been as good lately. So, obviously, that didn't help us tonight, where we just got to find ways to get extra possessions. We lost a possession game to a team that crashes the glass, turns teams over, very similar to us. We weren't able to do it better than them.
Coach, Golden State, in the first half, they were shooting from downtown a lot. In the first quarter alone, out of the 23 shots they took, 20 of them were from beyond the arc. They finished 24-55. Seemed like in that third quarter, you guys were really defensively just making sure they weren't taking shots from deep or just putting a lot of pressure. Is that something that you spoke heavily about in that locker room in the second half?
I mean, they're number one in three-point rate, so it's pretty obvious that that's what they want to do. Without Curry, that's still what they want to do. So we talked about it. They move the ball incredibly well. They get into the paint and really spray it. You have to guard the basketball so they don't get into the paint. It's a lot of catch-and-shoot threes. So, yeah, we talked about it after the first quarter. And then at halftime, we talked about it again. We got to defend the entire clock. They do a great job of moving it. There's a lot of late shot clock possessions. And I thought we did a better job of that in the second half, of taking some of that away. And then usually they offensive rebound. That's kind of who they are. That's who they've been. We just weren't able to impact enough. But some of those threes they're taking just because they're a 3-point shooting team. So I thought in the second half overall we did a better job of at least impacting some of those shots.
Coach, with how fast Golden State plays, what kind of goes into trying to build sort of some type of rhythm when they are just sort of chucking up threes at the rate that they are and trying to establish some sort of offensive set on the fly?
Yeah, just contrasting styles. Offensively, they really move it. They're going to have multiple actions. We're trying to get a shot up as fast. Early in the clock, we want to play that way fast. They just do a great job of not holding the basketball offensively. So some of that is definitely a contrast. Credit to them, they moved it. And they continued to move it throughout the clock. I thought they went into the post a little bit more in the first half. They kind of went away from that in the second. And then Al Horford, I thought, was really good. He really helped them kind of on both ends there into the fourth. But, again, he's kind of been through it a handful of times probably in his career, so that experience probably helped him.
I think you might have answered it in the last one, but I was going to ask you about the late clock situations. It felt like your defense was where you wanted to be, getting teams in the late clock, and then when you go against a team like Golden State and them trusting the pass with less than 10 seconds, do you feel like that's something that's unique to them and why it's honestly just hard to guard them at times because of that?
Yeah, I think it's just a little deflating, Steven. It's like you're guarding in the first half, and then they get a shot up and they happen to make some of those. I thought in the third and the fourth, we just kept saying, drain the clock, and then just feel the clock. Like we have to have an awareness for when the clock is under 5 or 6. There's only so many options that guy on the catch can really do. And depending on who it is, know who you're closing out to, but also there's just limited space of what you can do with 5 on the clock. So I thought we figured that out as the game went on. But, yeah, they do it as well as anyone. They just continue to put you in the rotations just by passing the basketball and cutting. I thought their cutting is unique. So getting credit to them, they did it for more possessions than us.
Hi, Coach. Can you just talk about the physicality of the game as it went on? I believe in the first half there were only about 5 free throw attempts combined. And in the second half, Golden State had 20 while you guys ended with 6. Just thoughts on that.
Yeah, we again, another thing we talked about in game, feel the game, how it's being done. We didn't adjust fast enough, I thought, in the first half. Around the second quarter, we felt their physicality pick up, but then we did. We picked it up. We just can't put them to the free throw line, especially when you're just trying to buy a bucket there in the fourth. So, again, we'll take a look, see how many silly fouls we can cut out. We're going to be an aggressive defensive team. So are they. But, yeah, the free throw differential really did hurt us down the stretch.
Thanks, Coach.
Good. Thank you.
Appreciate it.